त्यांनी लगेच होकार दिला आणि खरं आमचं संस्थेच्या वतीने आमच्या
हॅलो
त्याच्यामध्ये ह्या कार्यक्रमाच्या उद्घाटनासाठी मॅमाने या
सर आय थिंक तुमचा आवाज गेलाय.
सरांचा आवाज येत नाही.
आय थिंक आपण हे करूया पुढे. सो I think Dr. Parag, you would like to add something to it? Then we'll start.
पहिल्यांदा मी सगळ्यांचं स्वागत करतो की आज घोरपडे सरांनी हा योग जुळवून आणला. पुणे जिल्हा शिक्षण मंडळाचे बाबूरावजी गोलप कॉलेज सांगवी आणि BMS सोल्युशनचे श्री दत्ता मंडले यांचा परवाच परिचय झाला आणि बदलत्या परिस्थितीमध्ये आमची चर्चा चालू होती की यापुढे हा COVID-19चा परिणाम किंवा इफेक्ट आपल्याला प्रत्यक्ष शिकवण्याला बरेचसा अडचण आणू शकतो आणि त्यामुळे पुढच्या काळामध्ये टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेसला काहीतरी पर्यायी सोल्युशन आणि त्या दृष्टीने आपल्या सगळ्या शिक्षकांना काही प्रशिक्षण आपल्याला देणं आवश्यक आहे की हे कधी कधी वापरलं होतं किंवा अपवादाने वापरलं गेलं होतं, पण या पुढच्या काळामध्ये किंवा या पुढच्या सेमिस्टरमध्ये बऱ्यापैकी याचा वापर करायला लागेल असं दिसतं आहे. तर ज्यांनी हँड्स ऑन एक्सपिरियन्स बरेच काळ घेतलेला आहेत असे अनुभवी तज्ज्ञ आपल्या सोबत आहेत आणि त्यांच्या अनुभवाचा आपल्याला निश्चितच फायदा होईल की हे वापरताना शेवटी या तंत्रज्ञान हे आपला अविभाज्य भाग होणार आहे आणि या तंत्रज्ञानाचा उपयोग करूनच आपल्याला पुढे जाणं शक्य आहे. हे काय अवघड नाहीये, सॅटेलाइट सारखं काही करायचं नाहीये, फक्त हे वापरून सवय करून आपल्याला विद्यार्थ्यांना जास्त चांगल्या पद्धतीने एंगेज करता येईल आणि याचा अनुभव असलेले तज्ज्ञ आपल्या सोबत आहेत. त्यामुळे आपला जो कम्फर्ट झोन आता आहे की काय अडचण येईल का, एकदम विद्यार्थी आले मला काही प्रश्न विचारला तर मग त्याला कसा सपोर्ट मिळेल, तर त्या दृष्टीने ते पूर्ण मार्गदर्शन आज आपल्याला करणार आहेत. मी ऑनरेबल AM जाधव सर, जॉईंट सेक्रेटरी EDA यांचंही स्वागत करतो आणि एक्सपर्ट्सना विनंती करतो की त्यांनी आपलं मार्गदर्शन सुरू करावं. धन्यवाद.
Sir, thank you, Dr. Nitin, and thank you, Dr. Parag. So, good morning and welcome all. So, my name is Datta, and let me introduce myself. I am the co-founder of BMS Solutions Dubai and Mugrasis Technologies Private Limited Pune. So, we are here today on learning on how we can use Moodle as a learning management system in our teaching and learning process. So as you all know, we have a situation where schools and colleges are locked down and they're not able to attend colleges or school in person. So now we have around 80,000 plus students and teachers using our platforms and conducting or taking an advantage of teaching and learning every day. So as a part of it, to share the knowledge with you all, we are going to see how as a teacher you can use Moodle in your teaching and learning process. Now I'm going to just switch off my video and start with the session with the agenda. Now as you can see on my screen, we have so as a teacher, what exactly we do? So as a teacher in a college or in a school, we have the resources which we share with the student. Then we do some activities to analyze or assess, like which are the activities we can conduct online, like assignment or conducting an online exam, or a feedback, which is a very important part of our assessment, and reports where we can see what exactly utilization happening for the content we have shared or activities we have created. Now, to start with, I am sure you all of are using some or other tool for teaching and learning now. So we have Moodle, which is a very famous and well-established learning management system. So we are going to go through, as a teacher, how you can create resources as a topic. So any of your chapters you can create, you'll be able to upload the file as in Word, PDF, PowerPoint, or image. Then we have also to learn like how you can create folders and upload the videos or embed the video. How do you link different websites? Like as you see, there are a lot of free content or available content on the web, which is good, but student might not know the exact location of that content. So as a teacher, how you can share that with the student. Then we are also going to see a live class, how you can conduct with the student. So we have different tools which are open source. So as like we are using today Zoom. So similarly, we have some other tools which is like Big Blue Button is what we are going to see today, which is completely open source and teacher can really take an advantage on how it can be utilized. Then we are going to learn on how as a teacher you can create assessment or assignment, and after student submits it online, how you can grade them. So the examination part is also taken care. Then the online exam, this is a multiple choice question, as well as you'll be able to also have a descriptive questions where you can conduct an exam and student can attempt it. And then we are going to see an feedback or a questionnaire where you will be able to take feedback after each chapter or after the end of a week or end of a month, or as per NAAC guidelines, you can also use this feedback or questionnaires to conduct and feedback from teacher as well as from teacher, student and parent. And then we are going to see the reports. Now start with, I would like to thank again Dr. Ghorpade and Dr. Parag. And let me just start with now the learning management system here. So to start with, now what I have done, I have created an docs.mograsis.com. This is an open site I have created. Now for a college, you already have your own website, which is there. So today for a session, I am going to take an example of this particular site, which is docs.mograsis.com. So I'm sure most of you have registered on this site. So when you click on login, it will be asking you for an user ID and password. If you don't have, you'll be able to even create an account. So I will log in as an my ID now. So everybody has to have this login ID and password, which college should provide. And as a technology provider, we have also arranged it. So as a teacher, you can practice it. So let me log in now. So as soon as you log in, you get to see different courses. So for today's session, what I have done, I have created two courses. One I have created as demo practice course, where you all can even practice it. And I have created a Learn Moodle Basics as a course, where you can test your knowledge, like how much you know, and you can get the certificate at the end of the course. So this course is set up for 2 weeks, and you are free to attempt it and get it yourself certified. Now to start with, as a teacher, consider, let's say I am a ICT teacher, so I am going to go to demo practice course. So Moodle has different roles. So currently we are going to see a role as a teacher. Now as a teacher, when you log in here, you get to see what are the topics there. So this is how the blank course will look like. Now to start with editing the content or adding the content, I'll be able to click on turn editing on. That's my first step. As soon as I do turn editing on, I get to see different options to add an activity or course, or you have this upward or downward arrows. So this indicates you are in a editing mode. So you can start updating the content into it. Now, as per our agenda, let's start writing a chapter. So first thing what we will do is we will create a topic or a chapter name. So to do that, what I will do now, there are two ways I can do it. I can either add a topic here or I can edit from this one. I click on that small pencil button and I can write the topic name here. This does has a spell checker, so you have to ensure the things are entered correctly, verify it few times before it goes to student. So I added my topic name, welcome to course, or let me edit it again and say welcome to Moodle training course. Now, once I edit the name, I just simply need to hit the enter button and it will get updated. So you can see now I have updated the topic name, or this is my chapter. Now, once I do that, now next part comes, how do I upload the files into it? So I have a lot of material which is Word file, PDF file, PowerPoint file, or images. So to update them, I need to ensure that I have the files ready. So as an example, I have certain files here, Moodle resources. So these are different type of files which I have with me, and I wanted to upload them there. So let's say out of 6 files, I have to upload these 5 files there. I can just simply drag and drop these files into an required area. If it is an image, it is asking me whether I should add it as a course page or resource page. If I add as a course page, it will be showing on the page. If I add as a resource, it will come as a file. So as you can see now, I have uploaded 5 documents in one go. One is a PDF file, one is a Word file, PowerPoint file, another PDF file, and the image. Now, it is very user friendly in terms of accessibility. This you can also do it from mobile. So teacher who does not have the devices like laptop or computer, they can very well use all this from their smartphone or tab. So after uploading the file, let's say I want to ensure that this particular files should not be shown to student immediately. There might be a moderation happening by my other co-teachers or HODs. So to ensure that your files are not going immediately to student, you have an option. So this, you can do it 2 ways. One way is doing it by clicking and edit here and say hide topic. By doing this, you will be hiding all the content in this particular topic. Now, let's say I wish to show few content in this particular topic and few need to be hidden. So to do that, I can again click on this right hand side edit button and click on show topic. And now hide an individual resource, I'll be able to click on this small edit button on right hand side in front of the resource and click on hide. So what happens now, that the whole week is shown to parent or student, but this particular document is not shown. And it also shows the message hidden from student. So this is just to ensure that your quality check is happening and there is no file which is going to student which is not verified. Now this also helps you to prepare content for future weeks and ensure you are equipped or you are planned. So for all the further weeks, you can keep them by default as hidden topics, so that student will see only what is running currently or completed till now. So this will help. Now let's move on to the next part of it. We have option of create folder. So as a teacher, you will definitely have multiple files in terms of you have past question paper, or you have some assignments, or you have some reference material, which are too many files, and you wanted to categorize them in folder. So how do I create folders into Learning Management System Moodle? So to do that, as a teacher, I'll click on add an activity or resource. I'll scroll down my resource part here and click on folder. So when I select folder, I'll have to click on this button add, and it's allow me to enter a folder name. So I am writing an example, let's say fast question paper. (2018 till 2019). Just an example. If you want to write some messages to student, you can do that, and you can simply drag and drop the files which you have here. So you can simply drag and drop, and all the files will get uploaded here. Now, you also have option whether you want student to download this or not. So you can click on show download folder button. So if you are clicking this one, it will allow them to download. If I untick this particular option, it will not allow students to download the folder. So for now, I am allowing students to download it, and I click on save and display, and it will take me to the display preview of that particular file. Now here you can see these are the different 5 files which I have uploaded, and I am getting an option of download folder. So if I click on download folder now, you can see in the zip folder all these files are downloaded. So this is how you will upload the files inside the folder. Now if I go back on this particular navigation here, I'm able to see that the folder looks like this with the icon of folder. And if I click on it, it is also allowing me to download it or edit it. So if I edit, it will also go to the same page where I have uploaded the files. I'll be able to delete some or add new. So if I wanted to delete a particular file, I can click on the file and I can click on delete. So it is asking me to reconfirm. When I click OK, now I got only 4 files here. So this is the way you can upload files inside the folder in Moodle, which is very fantastic tool for a teacher. Also, it helps student to download the content offline and use it, because not everybody will have internet connection all the time, or maybe there is some range issue. So in these cases, these courses are available offline. This got a mobile app as in Moodle mobile, and students or teacher will be able to use the same. Now let's move on to our next part of it, which is uploading a video or embedding a video. Now there are 2 different things. When I say upload video, this video is in my computer and I am uploading it. Now in this particular case, a user will have a limitation of a video size. So in that case, if you have a bigger video, you should upload it into an web, like for example, uploading into YouTube and embedding that particular video into Moodle. So let's look at both the options. So first we will see how do you upload a video which is there in your computer or a laptop. So to do that, I'll click on, again, I'll go back to the course page. I click on add an activity or resource. And here I'll be able to choose a file. So I am updating a file, say add. Here I am writing the name of the video, like I have and I can drag and drop the files here. So for example, now I'll try to choose a smaller file which I have here. So let's look at it. This is a bigger one. Yeah. Now let's drag and drop this file here. So once I do that, it will upload the file. So this is around 5 MB file which is getting uploaded here. Now how this page should open, that also you can decide, which is from appearance. So if you keep it automatic, it is going to show as the device setting. Now I'm going to keep it as it is, this option, and click on save and display. So now as you can see, I can view this particular video which is uploaded from my laptop, and if I play that, it will come here. So this is just a sample video which I have uploaded. Now going back to the course, so what we have seen is, so far we have seen how to create chapter name, how we can upload the different files and rename them or hide them or keep it open. Now do we upload folders inside that, how do you upload the files, and video from computer. Now we have to look at it like how you can embed the video, because normally if you are doing a flipped class, you will record your video and content, and that you need to share with the student. So this is very important and nice way to share a flipped classroom so that student will get prepared and come to a class. So let's look at that. So to do that, I'll open an YouTube here or any link which I have for an content. So I'm just searching an content of ICT video for college student. Just an example. So I got an, let's say, this is a video I wanted to upload to. So simply I need to copy this URL. So when I copy the URL, I come back to my course. I need to click on add an activity or resource. Scroll down. Now there are two ways you can do that. If it is only a video, you can simply add it as an label. But if it is a video plus some content plus some image, like a digital notebook, then in that case you should take the page. So let's do it both way. So I'm going to add it as a label first. I click add. Now here I'm going to update that link. But I'll update that link as an media file. So if I click on this media file, then I have an option of link, video or audio. Click on a video, enter the video URL and click on insert media. So you'll be able to see the video is embedded in this particular label text area. So I can scroll down and click save and return to the course. Now let's look at how my course is looking. So I have a video uploaded there as a file, and here I have a video uploaded as an YouTube content. So if you don't want this video to look like on the front page, and it should look like this, that student demo content like this, then also let's see that option, how you can do that. So I go back to the course, and here I'm going to select. So for example, I'm going to go for an add an activity or resource. And this time, now I'm going to consider it as an page. So page means you can add an content like a text, images, as well as the video. So here I am going to add like, so demo video page. Description is not compulsory. Now one more important point here, if you write anything in the description and this particular checkbox is unticked, this description does not show to student. It is only for teachers to refer it. Like I may have a co-teacher or non-editing teacher who are only able to see the description. So this will be helpful to communicate any messages you wanted to internally do or for your reference. Now under page content, so I'm writing, let's say this is demo content, enter. So I have written something. Now I wanted to add a video. So I can click on a video file, click a video, that video, click insert media. And then I wanted to also add image here. So I will again click on this image, insert or edit image. I'll be able to choose the image from your computer or you can search it online. So for now, I am taking this from my computer. So I navigate to desktop where I have this content, setting up. Just as an example, I am showing you this and upload. So I click on save image. Description is not necessary. Now, if you see in the page, I have added a content, I have added a video, and I have also added an image. Now there is something more interesting into it. So what if I wanted to also add my voice? I wanted to, greet student. So you can see this small record audio button here. So with this button, if I click, it will allow me to record myself. Let me record. Hello everybody, this is a demo recording audio to show you how you can record your audio in a page as a interactive content for student. Thank you for listening. So I have recorded that and I'm going to attach it. So it's uploading, you can see that. If I play, it is going to play that for me. So like this. So this also you can move it to a different place if you want, like below the video, above the video, the beginning of the page, like this. So this is very powerful tool which is called as page. So you can give the name of the page, and in the page you can add a content, you can add an audio message, you can add a video like from a YouTube, you can add image, you can also record yourself. So I wanted to give a video introduction. If I say this, start recording, now it is starting the recording, and I'll be able to record it. So this is, let me record again. Now it has started recording. So whatever I'm saying now is recording myself, and this will be available to student. So let me say stop recording, and I'll be able to insert this recording into a page. So attach recording. So now you can see I got an audio recording done. Then I have a video recording which I have done. I have a YouTube video and I have a image. So now teachers can make it more innovative, more interactive by adding their ideas, doing a proper alignment, and following a correct SOPs. Now this I suggest at a college level, you should define your own SOPs, like how the content should look like. You should have a college branding, or if you are doing as an individual teacher, you also should define your benchmark to upload the content. So this gives at a college level, student will be at ease to access and understand how the content or learning management is being delivered. So it should not be the case one teacher is doing very fantastically, one is somewhat below average. So that should be avoided. So you can see now in the page, it shows me a audio message, the video message, the YouTube video, and the image. So let's move to an next part. Now I'm going to record, I am recording already this session, and you're going to get all what we are currently looking at a screen into your inbox once we finish the webinar. Now let's go back to a course and move to our next point. So I'm sure you so far you have understood these points. Now let's go for an hyperlink, or how you can connect onto your external content. I'm sure there are very expert and academically knowledgeable people who have already done the content creation, and you wanted to just link that to your student. So to do that, I will just show you an option how you can do the hyperlinking of this external site, or which is available on the web. So let's go back. Just allow me for a few seconds. So now I'm going to show you how, as a teacher, you can update the link, the URL. So to do that, again, you will click on add an activity or resource. Now let me do that here on the first box. So I click on add an activity or resource, scroll down, and we have an option here as URL. So if I click on add. Now, good thing is you can also directly, instead of going to YouTube or going to another source, you can straight away, you can choose the link from here. So let's say I am clicking on choose a link. Okay, I can see it from Wikimedia and ICT for student. So if I submit, I'm going to get the search results here itself. Okay, now I'll be able to take that and select, so that file can come. Or if you have a direct link which is already there in the web, so let's say for example I wanted to give an real-time update of WHO to student, and in this I'm going to give only, let's say, a particular page of public advice. So if I click on it and take that URL, copy, come back to a course, WHO public advice, and I'm going to copy that link here. Now when you click on appearance, this is an important part, how you want your students to open this particular link. So if I see here, I can say pop, so that it will when they click on it, it will open it in a new page, and your main learning management page can be as it is. You can also choose this as embed, where it will show on that particular page only. Now if I go for a demo practice course here and see how my URL has come, so it shows WHO public advice. If I click on it, it is opening a new page, and you can always close this and go back to your course page again. So that's how you will be doing hyperlink or share the content on the web. Now let's move to the next point of it, which is a live class. I think this is going to be an very important topic in this particular situation, where most of the students are, like I can see now, maybe Goa has started the colleges, so that's a good news. But in Pune, still the lockdown is there. So how you can interact with your students in live? So in Moodle, we have integrated few open source tools which will allow you to interact with the students seamlessly. Now let's look at it, how to do that. So I click on and add an activity or resource. I scroll down a little bit, and you can see here I have an option of big blue button. Also we have Jitsi. These both the tools are open source and free to use. There is no limitation on a user usage, time, and teacher can really make use of it. For example, now let me try with big blue button. So when I select that, I click on add, and it will allow me to write the name of my class. So that's, let's say, my name of the class. So I scroll down. Now, do you want this session to be scheduled? Like maybe I want this to be delivered tomorrow morning. So I can just enable that and give the date and time, and that time only it will allow users to coordinate. The good thing is you have an option to choose who can be a moderator. So now, because I am the one who currently conducting the session, I am getting so many requests to admit the people in the session. So if I have my other co-teacher doing that and I do the delivery, that becomes more useful. So this will help. Now, so you can add a multiple moderator here, okay, and all the other students can be a viewer, and I click on save and display. So this is very easy for teacher to create. Now if you see here, I got an option of join session. So now with this, student will be able to connect. When they click on join session, they will be able to click on it and join the session. Now this has all the other features which are required, like you want to mute them, you want to allow them, you want now group them into different rooms and let them do the work together. So these are the options available. Now as we are into already in one conference, so this we will share you the link and you can look at it. We'll also give some resource file where you'll be able to create and deliver, that we will do. Now let's go to an next part, which is activities. Now for example, so far we have seen these resources. So things as a teacher we need to keep in mind. So in Moodle there are two things. One is resources, another is activities. Resources, something is a one way from your side and you are sharing with the students. Now activity is something you will create and student will also participate. So let's look at activities part of it now. Now, so to do that, let me again go back to the course and click on add an activity or resource. Here, now we are going to see three activities today. One is assignment, another is a quiz, and another part is a survey. So we have an option of survey here, this one. So let me create an assignment first. So I click on assignment, click add. So now when I click on add, it is allowing me to create the name for an assignment. Now let's write the name. So my today's assignment, which you can try after finishing our session, is learn Moodle basics. Now I am saying basics because Moodle is really a vast, good tool which is having all pedagogical aspects which you do in classroom, like pre-class, in class, after class. All these activities are available in Moodle. But to start with and to empower you to start taking and classes or sharing and content with the student. This is some basic things you should know. That's why I have named it as an Moodle Basic. So let me put a name. Let's say it is Learn Moodle Basic. You can give a description in this assignment. So I am writing a description. So now I will just check the spellings which are incorrect, and I will update the files. I can also show this description on the course page. Let's go to the file and upload a demo file. Now this is not compulsory to upload the file. If you just simply write, okay, to what they should do in here, that's enough. But if you have a file, okay, you're free to do that. You also have option from what date the assignment will start. Maybe you want to create an assignment and keep it ready. You don't want to post it to student now, and you want to post it tomorrow. This is an advantage of ICT you have, that you can keep it ready at your time, and people will use it on their own time. So you can enable, or you can also untick that. If you untick this one, this will be always open. So I'll scroll down. Now here you got a very strong, fantastic option, submission type. So if you tick this online text, students will be able to write it in a text. If you this file submission, they'll be able to upload the file, and you can allow them using both the options. So if you are putting an online text, you also have an additional option of word limit. So maybe I want my students to write around 250 characters or words, not character, the word. And how many files they can upload? So I will say only one file. And what is the upload limit? So I'm saying 2 MB. File types. So this is going to be maybe only I want them to allow all type, or only a document files, not other files. So I can just select that. So student will be able to only upload document files, and you can see here what are, when I say document, what are the documents. So it shows PDF, docs, or all these files. I can also remove some of them if you want only PDF. And then I can click on save and display. There are so many other options also which you can try. But let's go ahead with the basic minimum options. As soon as you create the course, you'll be able to see if any submission is done. So how many participants are there? How many of them have submitted? How many needs grading? Now, because in the demo course, I don't have any student, I'm going to go back and add an assignment in my Learn Moodle Basic course, where already I have students assigned. So you can see here, for example, I have an assignment here, optional assignment for Moodle app user. So if I open this, I'll be able to see here, I have 109 participants and nobody has submitted so far. If submitted so far, some grading is pending or not. Or if you want to see an submissions, you can click on view all submission, and it will give you the names of all the people. These are the students, and you can see when they have submitted, whether it is a file, what is the comment, last modified, feedback. You can also annotate and give the grade finally. Now, this all information you'll be able to download it into Excel or CSV file. So in your college management system, you'll be able to import that. So we have done this with our software, which is called Mograsys. And if you conduct any assignment or test here, you can download a CSV, and we have an upload option in Mograsys. Okay, let's come back to an assignment again. I wanted to show you something very interesting here. Now, when I see an course, and now I have already created some content. So when I see that, now for example, I have learned Moodle Basic as a course. So here you can see an important part, which is grades, or we have participants. So if I click on participants, I'll get to see who are the students in my course, or a teacher. You can see this is a student, this is a teacher, this is a teacher, and all this, even I can download this into Excel. So for example, I wanted to select all of them, scroll down and say with selected user, I wanted to download this as an Excel. So click that, and I have the file ready here. So I'll be able to see who are my students in the course. So their name, surname, email ID, and the college name that will come. These are the custom fields which you will be able to even add or remove. The next important part which is there, which is grades. So in grades, you will be able to see a view where what are the assignments or the exams you have assigned so far. For example, you see here, I have a week 1 quiz, 2 quiz, 3 quiz, optional quiz, I have assignment, they have lesson, and I have another assignment, or somebody has created a test assignment. So these all will come as a cumulative. If you want to go for a specific, you can click on that, and then it will allow you to view the detail of that particular assignment. As nobody has attempted, it is not showing, otherwise it will show you. So that's how, as a teacher, you got a full control on who is attempting or involved in a course as a student, as a teacher, and what they have done so far. So this gives you good hands-on to check how students are using and what's the progress of that students, without you doing much on like keeping a manual recorder and all. That will automatically happen. You do have an 2 more link there, which actually I was supposed to cover it in a report, but as we have already on this page, let me explain. So we have something which is a badge and competencies. So if I go to badge, I'll be able to create badge for students. So for example, I have created one badge for you. So when you complete this Moodle course, you're going to get a completion certificate, which will be looking like this. I'll be able to add more badge. So let's say I wanted to give point student. If they achieve attempt 1 quiz, they get 10 points, or they get 5 points, and so on. So I think it's a bit an advanced level course. I'm just explaining you that there is a feature available, and also there is a feature available which is competencies. Now this competencies means you can choose. So for example, I have learned Moodle basics here, and I want my student to first attempt this particular chapter, then only they are allowed to go to the next one. So that this way we can add competencies, or maybe after they attempt a particular quiz, only they can see the next one. So that's also a good option that we can try maybe in some another webinar, as it's a next level. Let's cover the basics today, so that will help. So this is how you can create an assignment and grade that and see it in bulk. Now let's look at it how, as a teacher, you can create an exam, online exam. So this is very interesting part, and which really empowers students to check their knowledge, practice, and also do an actual online exam. I'm sure now University of Pune or Goa has already this things in place where they have online exams for some questions or some papers. Like out of 100 marks, you have few marks exam online. So that really helps. Let's see how in Moodle you can achieve this. So to do that in Moodle, you can click on add an activity or resource. Now here you can click on quiz option. So when I click on quiz option, I click add. I need to give a name of this exam. So I'm saying demo exam. I'm going to keep this for, let's say, 2 minutes. It's not compulsory to add time. I'm just showing you the feature. You can have it open and close timing. So you'll be able to, choose within which period this should work. Then you have an option also here to choose the password. So let me enter the password as 1. And you also have an option where you can also restrict. So for example, currently there is no restriction added, but when your college starts and you want this to happen only from the college campus and from college internet, so that's also possible. You can give an IP range so that outside nobody is doing a proxy exam if it is a real-time live exam. We have done this for Modern College Shivaji Nagar for around 4,000 plus students, and that worked really well. Now I have created a name of this particular exam. Now I wanted to add questions inside. So to add questions, I'll click on edit quiz. Now there are 3 ways I can add questions into my quiz or exam. One is to add a new question one by one. Another is from a question bank or a random question. Let me explain you all of these options. So add a new question meaning you can create your own questions. So these are different type of questions which are available here. You can see. So almost they are all. So there is calculated, there is mathematical questions. So all your square, root, that all notations you will be able to do that and it will get added. Also, you can have description or a descriptive questions. This is also very good idea because all of you are in higher education teachers. So you have questions which are descriptive. So you can choose them as well. For now, to save our time, I do have some questions in my bank. So I'm going to choose it from the bank. So I click on add and I'll choose from question bank. So when I click on question bank, it is going to show me whatever questions I have already in the bank. So it shows here my LMS4 teacher, I have 21 questions. So from there I am going to take, so out of this 21, maybe I am going to take this first page and add this into the quiz. So I have added these all questions here. Now by default, it is showing me that this has 1 mark each question. And this is getting converted to 10. But I wanted to keep it as say 20. And I wanted to see all these questions on 1 page. So you have option repaginate. Now these are the numbers. So if I keep 1, it will show 1 question per page. So I say unlimited, click on go, and all these questions are going to come on single page. And here I'm going to keep it for 20 marks, as I said, and save. So I have added the 20 questions in this one. Now another option, third one, which is a random question, meaning I can choose. So from this category, I wanted to choose few questions. I wanted to put questions. So system will define. So you can have different categories, like difficult question, easy question, medium question. So this category you can select and add the question. So randomize the question paper like this. So I added 2 questions from this. So I have total 22 questions now, which is converting to 20 marks. Let me save. That's done. So I have created the quiz. Now let's look at it, how it looks to students. If I go back to Learn Moodle Basics, I have here a demo quiz. If I click on it, it will open with the quiz and allow quiz. As I have given the password, it is asking me to enter password. So my password is 1, and I click on Start Attempt. So it shows there are not enough questions in category 2 to create question as random. Let me go back and remove that random questions. I click on Edit Quiz. And I'm going to delete this because already the questions are added. That's why it is not allowing to add a random questions. So let's go back and save. So these random questions will generate question paper every time different when they try from a question bank. Now I'm going back to quiz, and now we'll attempt. Start attempt. Now you can see the quiz here. So I got 20 questions here. As I have given time as a 2 minutes, it is showing time left and it is running. So here, match the best file type for mobile friendly course. Video file is MP4. Good file type for image file is PNG. For sound file is MP3, and so on. And if so, you got an choose from the drop down. You got it as multiple choice. And you also have, let's see if we have different options, true and false, and so on. So you can add multiple options also, but let's finish the quiz and show how it looks. So when you finish the quiz, it shows me student has done only one question, okay, and all other questions answer is not saved. So I will click on submit and finish. So click on submit and finish. As soon as I finish, I'll be able to see the review. So as a student, I can say out of 20 questions, I got 1 correct, which is 1 mark, which is 5%. And I have spent 59 seconds. So similarly, you can see here on this pan that 1 question is correct, others are not answered. And here it will going to give you the correct answer as well, like this. So this helps student to practice and get to know their result instantly, and also the correct answers. In case if you don't want to show this, like after an exam, you don't want to show this feedbacks, okay, so that is also possible. So that you can, let me show you that option. So to do that, I'll go for that quiz again, and I'll edit the quiz settings here. And here in the feedback, I have an option where I will give the review, not the feedback. Here I will say this is going to be a deferred feedback. Immediate after the attempt, no, this is going to be when the quiz is closed. After the quiz is closed, then they will be able to see the marks. Because quiz is open, we cannot choose that option. Let us see these ones and save and display. If I go and attempt the quiz now, and I will save this now. Submit and finish, and let's see how it looks now. So now if you see here, even after I finish this one, I'm not getting my correct answer or no feedback is given. So this also you can try. If you are doing a descriptive questions and you want that to show to them only after result is declared. So that will help. So I think that is all for the creating quiz online. Now let's see how you create a questionnaire or a feedback. So let me just go back to a course. Now here I have an option of add an activity. So this is very important button for you. If you're not able to see this button, that means your turn editing on is not done here. So if I keep it off, you can see now there is no option for me to add this resource. If I keep it turn editing on, I'll get that option. This is a common mistake will happen from user or a teacher, that they will not be able to understand where is this turn editing on. That you can always see it from turn editing on from upper right hand side corner, this gear button. So to add a survey, let's click on add an activity or resource, and you have two options you have. Whether have a feedback, okay, or you also have an option of survey. So let me see it first, the feedback. So I click on feedback here. So I'll name the feedback. Feedback on training session, and then questions and whether you want their names to be saved and all. So when I click on save and display, so here you go. Now you can click on edit questions and you can add the questions from here. Whether you want to add multiple choice, numeric answer, short text. Okay, now for example, now I wanted to add a short text answer, and I'll say, when can we have next session for advanced Moodle training? So training, I can give how many characters it should and what is the position, because there is no question, it is only having one, and save. So now if I see it, let me just clear the annotation somebody is doing. Now if I go for a template, it is going to now so there is no template here. Now let me just go back and see the this one feedback. So if the student will look at like this. So if I click on answer the question, I'm going to get the feedback here. So likewise, you can add many other option. For example, and say save my answer. Continue. Now you'll be also able to see the submitted answer. So saying training when we can have first like this. Now the good thing is, now let's say you have a feedback, a sample feedback form ready, and you want this feedback after every chapter you complete. So what you should do, instead of creating again and again, you can simply click on edit here and say duplicate. So if I click duplicate now, it will create a copy of it, and I'll be able to drag and drop to the next chapter. For example, I wanted to drag and drop it here at the end of this chapter, and I want to rename it. Okay, that is possible. So this is how, as a teacher, you can create feedback. Now these feedbacks can be also created for even your co-teacher or teacher. Okay, so I think we have covered all our agenda point for resources and activity. Also, we have seen this reports. Now, there are some more reports I would like to show you. So let's look at that, and then we will have some selected questions before we end this session. So to see reports as a teacher, when you go for an course like my subject Learn Moodle Basics, when you see an menu, you have these all reports available here. So for example, you have grades, you have badge, you have participants, and then you have competencies. So these are all the reports what you see. So if I go to grades, you have an option even to set up scales. Let's say when you are doing an exam, you have scale. Let's say 90 to 100 is A plus, and so on. And you wanted to give later grades and all. So this you can customize and do it for your own course. So Learn Moodle Basic, this is then considered as a subject. Now, if you want to edit that, so you can do that. So as per the university need or as per the course need, okay, you will be able to do that update in the grading. And as I said, you will be able to export this all into Excel. If I go to Excel, I have option to export all the questions or quiz I have done. So I can download that and it will be available for me. So this you can, keep it, copy, save, because many of you will have a doubt on where is the backup. So you can take your own backup for a particular Moodle course. You can see here, I can see a complete detail of the students, like my grade book. What is the mark they have in this one? These all categories so far they have created. So this really helps. And another part, what you can also see is here, when you click on a course, on this gear button, here also you have a different option. So if I click on more, I'll be able to see different reports. So you can see these are the reports. Now if I go for an live logs, for example, for this particular course, who is using and what time, from where, it's all I can see it here. So far I was the one who is using, but if you have any other people connected to this course, like for example, I can see Gajanan, and what he is doing is viewing the course, okay, and he is using web. So I can also know from which location. So this gives a good idea or administrator as well as to teacher, like how much is the usage of the system. So it's a good idea. I think I have covered most of part which we have had on agenda. Now, just to recap, so what we have learned, as a teacher, you can very well confidently use technology in this particular situation, or even after this situation. You need not worry on it. So let me just start my video and stop the screen share. So we have seen like how you can create resources. Then we have seen also how you can create different activities. Okay, now I'm going to unmute few mics so that we can get questions, because we have around 180 plus people attending this webinar, which is good to see. And thank you for Dr. Nitin, Dr. Parag. So I'll just, I think, hand over it to Dr. Nitin, and we can take it from there. So Dr. Nitin sir, over to you. You can maybe unmute to yourself.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you well.
कुणाला काही प्रश्न विचारायचे आहेत का?
I think, sir, questions will be difficult because I think many of them will have. I will be sharing an FAQ, and they can also write to us. That is better.
Yeah. Raise your hand. Hello.
Yeah, I think Mr. Bharat has something.
Galaxy S.
1 minute. Let's go one by one. Okay, Mr. Vijay Khare, you can go ahead, please.
सर, आपण व्यवस्थित माहिती दिली. फक्त आम्हाला एकच सांगायचं की विद्यार्थी कसे त्याला हे होते, आता आम्ही जे सगळं टाकलंय असाइनमेंट क्विज वगैरे, विद्यार्थ्यांना कसं दिसतील?
विद्यार्थ्यांना दिसण्यासाठी तुमच्या कॉलेज मधलं जे काही तुम्ही इन्स्टॉलेशन केलंय सॉफ्टवेअर आहे, तर त्याच्या थ्रू त्यांना ते डायरेक्ट ऑटोमॅटिक दिसणं एक्सपेक्टेड आहे. जर तिथून झालं नाही तर त्या विद्यार्थ्यांना तुम्ही त्यांचं लॉग इन क्रिएट करायला लावू शकता आपण. त्याचा पण मी एक व्हिडिओ शेअर करतो, बट हे कॉलेजच्या लेवलवरती होईल.
चालेल. थँक्यू.
We can take few more questions. If somebody has questions, you can raise your hand.
भरत कानगुडे.
1 minute. Let me just. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Bharat, you can speak now.
Yeah. Please, sir, I just want to know, you have said something about the feedback.
Yes,
Other
please.
than that, if some student has certain query, he want to ask certain question to the teacher when he's online. So for that purpose, what?
There is a
facility
chat
are we-
option. There is a chat option available.
Okay.
There is a chat option available, as well as they can send a message.
Okay. But during the lecture, it is not possible every time to go for the chat. May be not possible. That's when lecture is going on. Teacher may not be able to see every chat coming in.
So they can
So-
write a message. They can write a message to teacher and keep it. So teacher can answer it or reply to it as and when they are available.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Actually, best way to do this is also forum. So forum can, even like I have now a group of 180 people joining, and if many of you have questions, maybe the other one has also knows the answer. So in a forum, this is possible. So forum is the right option for this one. So you should have a course forum or chapter forum.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
And Mahajan sir.
1 minute, let me unmute him.
Mahajan. Jnaneshwar Mahajan.
Jnaneshwar, okay. Okay, can he raise the hand? Okay, I think I'm not able to find him. Let me just take the another one.
Lath.
Oh,
Madhvi Lath.
What-
Madhvi Math.
Miss Pereira, I think. Can you ask the question, ma'am?
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, please, ma'am.
Yes, I just wanted to know when it comes to upload video or embedded video. So you said for embedded video, we'll use the longer videos, maybe through a YouTube link or so. I just wanted to know for upload video, what is the size limit? You said 5 MB you had uploaded as an example, but what is the size limit up to which we can go for upload?
This depends on your Moodle installation. So the latest Moodle is allowing 8 MB, but administrator do have an option to go up to 30 MB. But it is advisable you keep it as low as you can.
Okay, thank you. And one more thing is that for the assignment date, we can enable it, right?
Yes,
suppose
we can
enter it today.
enable it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say my ISA begins from tomorrow and it's there, or let's say from Monday onwards, and it's there for the whole week. So should I put the Monday date till the week, and should I click enable, or should I wait till Monday comes to click
No,
enable?
you should click enable and give a date from Monday. So you no need to wait. You can schedule it very well in advance, and it can be get opened only to student on Monday at that particular time.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. Anybody else? Nitin sir?
जाधव सर आलेत का पैशावर का? एम जाधव सर आहेत? Hello.
He needs to raise the hand. I think if sir is there. I have. I think one more question. Can I take? Yes, Mr. Bhaskar, you can ask the question. Okay, I think we should give a minute to Dr. Parag to say if he has to say anything, so that I think he is getting. We are already over the time. Let me just unmute, sir.
Dr. Parag, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. एक छान journey. There was a very nice journey you have gone through the Moodle. I think it was very innovative and encouraging experience for me also, because I have not practically tried it. I have seen the demonstration 1 or 2 times, but being a head of the institute, we have not tried, but today I think it has increases the confidence, and then I'll see that it's all combination and how you can use this tool for the better teaching learning process, better evaluation. I think the teacher can do wonders if he can practice all these things. I really thank you for giving us a nice journey and very simple words. There were no complicated words or no complicated things. And every teacher can easily use all these tools and techniques to make his class more interactive in coming days. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for the opportunity. We look forward for the tomorrow's session.
Yeah, sure,
Thank you.
definitely.
Thank you. Sir, 1 minute. Dr. Nitin, sir, 1 minute. You will not be able to. Yes, Nitin, sir, please. Now you can speak.
हा.
Yadav, sir, आहेत
Thanks
का?
for- जाधव सर तेच मी विचारतोय ते आहेत का ते कळत नाहीये. जाधव सर आहेत का? मी सगळेच चेक करतोय पण दिसत नाही. जाधव सर सगळेच चेक करतोय.
Yeah, I think.
अजून कोणाला काय विचारायचं आहे का?
I think.
नाही तर वोट ऑफ थँक्स घ्यायला.
I think we can go for that, and then if any questions are there, I am already always available to answer. I think there are few people who wanted to speak. Let me just unmute it. Yes, you can speak, Mr. Vittal.
हॅलो सर. Moodle हे ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेअर असल्यामुळे तर सर्व्हर आम्हाला Moodleचा वापरता येईल की सेपरेट परचेस करावा लागेल?
Moodle, it is better because Moodle's option is there for an open source, but that's very limited number of user and space. So it is always better you go for your own server. So we are also providing the same services. We have 100+ customers overall in the Middle East and India. So we'll be able to help you as well. If you don't have, if you have, I think for Golub College, already you have the installations I have seen, and it is working well. So that is the one which you have to use.
मनीष सर आहेत का याच्यात? मनीष सर
तुमच्या साईटवर पण वापरू शकतो ना सर?
आमच्या
मनीष
side
सर आहेत?
from our side, you can use only for a practice. I think there is, yes. Yeah.
नाईकवाडी सर आपल्याकडे आपण अपलोड केलेलं आहे आपल्या ERP मध्ये आणि त्याच्यावरूनच आता चालू आहे माझ्या मते आणि आपल्या LMS वरच आता त्यांनी कोर्स टाकलेला आहे. मला वाटतं सर दत्ता तुम्ही कोर्स बद्दल 2 मिनिटं सांगा आणि मग वोट ऑफ थँक्स घेऊ.
ओके, मी परत एकदा स्क्रीन शेअर करतो. ऍक्च्युअली तुम्ही म्हणताय तो कोर्स मी अजून हे इन्स्टॉल केला नाही कारण मला ऍक्सेस भेटला नाही त्याचा. So see, this particular course I have already done. So what you can do, if I log out, please note down this URL, this docs.mugrasis.com, or I am also going to put it onto your site here, Baburauji Golub College. So when you go there, when you log in, you will see a course which is Learn Moodle Basics. Let me log in and show you. So to create account, you can click on create new account. So no need to ask anybody's permission. You just click on create new account. When you log in, you will get Learn Moodle Basic. If you attempt this whole course from like I have put it for 4 weeks here, you can complete it in a week's time also if you have. So these are all the videos and everything for every aspect which we discuss now. Once you complete, you should do this tick mark here. At the end of this course, you will be getting a certificate of completion. I'll just show you an example how the certificate looks like. So this is how you will be getting the certificate. That is certified that your name has completed this activity on Learn Moodle. So this you can have it. It is good to have, and you will also be confident. Is it clear, sir? Nitin sir?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So let's move on to the, I think, vote of thanks.
प्रोफेसर सीमा चौधरी चव्हाण मॅडम.
1 minute. Let me just add her. Seema ma'am, now I think you can speak.
आहेत सीमा
yes.
चव्हाण आहेत.
Yeah, she can speak now. Yes, Seema ma'am.
Hello. Yeah. I take this opportunity to give the vote of thanks for this training program that is on Moodle. I would like to thank the chairperson of this program, A.M. Zadav, Joint Secretary Administration, PDEA. I would also like to thank Dr. Parag Kalkar, Dean, Commerce and Management Faculty, SPPU, for inaugurating this function and their presence for this program. I would like to give my special thanks to Mr. Datta Mandle, co-founder and director of BMC Solution Dubai, for providing us staff with this fruitful training program. See, sir, I have prepared with a list of questions to ask you, but I think you have covered all the questions that is required for the teachers. I would also like to thank Manish Bhagat, director of ERP Solution. Special vote of thanks to our principal, Dr. Nitin Ghorpade sir, who have provided the LMS within a short span and giving us a platform to learn this Moodle training program. I would also like to thank all the HODs, non-teaching, teaching staff members, vice principals, and the LMS team who had for 10 to 15 days for entering the data of the teachers. In that, just I want to mention their names: Manjusha Patil Madam, Aksana Suryavanshi Madam, Preeti Bharampo Madam, Minath Award Sir. So with the permission of the principal, just I declare that okay, this training session is over.
2 मिनिट. दत्ताची ओळख करून द्यायची राहिली. तो पुणे जिल्हा शिक्षण मंडळाचा अण्णासाहेब मगरचा MCA विद्यार्थी आहे. त्याचप्रमाणे आपल्या आकुर्डी कॉलेजचा MBA तो माझे विद्यार्थी आहे. मिस्टर आणि मिसेस दोघांनी मिळून MBA तिथे पूर्ण केलेला आहे आणि आता त्याच्या 2 कंपन्याचा ओनर आहे. आणि हे आता आपल्यासाठी तो खूप चांगल्या पद्धतीने वेळ दिला आणि मला वाटतं एवढं सोपं कोण सांगणार नाही आणि ते त्यांनी आपल्याला सांगितलंय. आता आपल्याला खऱ्या अर्थाने सगळ्या ह्या गोष्टी आपल्या समोर आलेल्या आहेत. कोर्स सुद्धा आपण सगळ्यांनी करायचा आहे, म्हणजे सगळ्यांना सर्टिफिकेट मिळेल आणि आपोआप सगळे LMS शिकतील. परत एकदा सगळ्यांचे या ठिकाणी आभार आणि खास दत्ता तुझे आभार. उद्या आपण परत एकदा हाच कार्यक्रम उद्या आपण ठेवलेला आहे. पुणे विद्यापीठाच्या कॉमर्स अँड मॅनेजमेंट फॅकल्टीच्या जेवढे टीचर्स आहेत त्यांच्यासाठी आपण उद्या ठेवलेल्या 11 वाजता. त्याची लिंक नंतर मिळेल, पण मला वाटतं ती याच पद्धतीने होणार आहे. आपण याबाबतचा फीडबॅक देणार आहोत. मला वाटतं गुगल फॉर्म मध्ये आपण फीडबॅक पाठवू दत्ता.
हो
सगळ्यांना
लिंक
लिंक पाठवा आणि मग आपण सगळ्या शिक्षकांचा फीडबॅक घेऊ.
चालेल.
धन्यवाद.
Whoever wants, like, now I have actually special thanks to our Goa team also. There are so many people joined from Goa. From I can see, I think hundreds of them have joined from Goa. Really, thank you. And if you have questions, our local people there in Goa, they will be able to help you with. And also, you can join tomorrow's session. So whoever has, want to repeat it, please, you are welcome, and you can join tomorrow again. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Stay safe, stay home. Thanks.